Hey everyone, Larissa here, just sharing a little bit about our mindfulness practice, our meditation practice for the month of March, and we're going to be working with self-compassion. Self-compassion is one of those things we know we need, but sometimes we don't spend a lot of time on because they're often caring for other people. We have responsibilities, many things to do. It is very compassionate to do your yoga practice regularly, but also work with this in the mental capacity. So traditionally, through the work of Kristin Neff, there are three tenets, kind of three main points, and then some tenets within there. But the three main points we'll be working with for the month is looking at self-kindness. That's the first one, and then looking at common humanity, and then finally mindfulness itself. The way that we'll work with those is in three parts: curiosity, connection, and awareness. And awareness is so key so that we can start to make wise choices. Without awareness, we can't really make any choices. We're just ho-humming along doing our default mechanisms. Sometimes the default mechanism is that we're a little bit less than kind to ourselves. We might think about ourselves last, or sometimes we're putting ourselves ahead and not necessarily offering compassion externally. So we'll work with this in several different ways, but essentially this idea of self-compassion, curiosity, looking at awareness, and then looking at connection. So we'll start again with this awareness piece. We're just becoming more and more aware. How am I talking to myself? How am I caring for myself or not caring for myself? Paying attention to that. And through awareness, we can start to make different choices. The connection piece is sometimes literally connecting back to our body when we get sucked up into our mind, but also this common humanity piece, recognizing that no matter what we're feeling, we're not alone in it. Somebody else has felt this before. We're not like, this is the worst thing anyone's ever said when we're ruminating in our mind. That can't possibly be true because there's too many humans that have been alive. So that common humanity piece, the connection piece, can be very, very helpful. And then really finally that self-kindness piece, really practicing with that, being curious. So sometimes self-kindness or self-love feels a little bit far away, or even like, you know what, that's not important. I have too many things to do right now. So we'll work with curiosity, being really curious instead of judgmental. So again, curiosity, connection, awareness, beginning with awareness, but then also ending with it, because once we go through curiosity and connection, we need that awareness again to continue to figure out how can I be self-compassionate? And then through that idea of self-compassion, we can start to lend compassion more into the world. And reminder that these practices, they're so important. I really dislike that sometimes compassion gets the label of a soft skill. Sometimes it doesn't seem as important as productivity. But really at its heart, compassion is a superpower, and it's very, very difficult to cultivate, especially if we're not paying attention. So the word from the Latin root compati, it literally means to be with suffering, which sounds awful, but we all have suffering. It just exists, whether it's the lowercase s, like you have a hangnail, or the capital S things, the really big suffering in our life, like dealing with grief or dealing with illness, dealing with mental health issues, things of that nature. Even if it's not us, there are people in our life that are dealing with those things and the world at large. So cultivating compassion, cultivating self-compassion, it really is a skill set that all of us need, this world really needs today. And I'll invite you to join us for those practices where you can, every morning from Monday through Friday, 7:30. And it's a beautiful way to also practice in community. So again, it's that common humanity piece. You're not alone in it. You can join us from anywhere in the world virtually. And it's a really lovely way to build community in addition to your regular physical yoga practice. I invite you to join us where you can. Practice self-compassion where you can.